Hello, everybody. It's so good to see you tonight. And we are going to use some of the chords in the key of G chord family that we've been learning. And what we're going to focus on is a group of 4 chords that were used very frequently during the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s and still go on today. And if you remember how we had some numbers on them, there was a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, 6, and a 7 chord, all the way up to actually 8, which is just the same as the 1 chord in the key of G. So 1 chord was this right here, the G chord, the G major, which has the notes a G, a G, a B, and a D. It's the 1, 3, and a 5. So there's your G chord, 5 notes. Those are the notes. Okay, and then the next chord that we learned was the number 2. So from a G major, we loop around from a G. G is the highest letter in the scale family. It goes from, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Which goes from A, B, C, D, E, F, G back to A. So we're starting with G, so we are going to loop around to A. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from G, we go to an A. Now your number 2 chord in the chord family is going to be a minor chord. So this is a G, it's a major. So we have an A minor, which goes like this. Here we go. And your minor chords consist of a 1, a flat 3, and a 5. Now, we have to develop the A minor chord using the key of A. And the key of A has 3 sharps in it, which would be an F, a C, and a G. So when we start with G, then we go, and actually when we start with the A rather, and we then go through the scale, A, B, and then C sharp. C sharp is going to be the number 3 note, because we're going in the key of A, which we're going to go from A to B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Once again, we go A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Because we're doing that, we have to determine the notes for the actual chord from the key that designates that chord. In this case, it's an A becoming an A minor. So, in that case, we have to go to a 1, flat 3, and a 5. That would be the A being a 1 in this case, B to C sharp is a 3, and when we flat it, like I said, flat 3, C sharp flatted will be a C natural. So that's going to be our next note in the key of A minor. So we have the A here, fifth string open. Then we need a C natural, which we can get down here on the second string, first fret right there. So we have this one, A, C natural, 1, flat 3, and we go 4 is D, 5, just a 5, nothing fancy about it, is going to be an E. So we have an A, C, and E. Here's our A, here's our C, and our E is going to be right here on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So we have the looks like this. We have the 5th string open, then we have our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string right there. Then we're going to have our 3rd finger underneath that. So we have an A open, then the E, which we said was the number 5 note, right? So we have an E right here on the 2nd fret, 4th string. Then we have another A right here on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. It's okay if we double them up. And then when we get to the 2nd string on the 1st fret, we're going to have right here the flat 3, the C note in this case. So we have an A, E, A, E, A again, then a C, and well, if we want to use the 1st string, it's an E, another E. So what? So we have 2 A's. And then we have an E here, 2 A's. And then we actually have 2 E's because we have the 4th string in the 1st. So we can actually kind of pick around these strings. We can either use our thumb like this, go right down. Or we can go thumb and then bring the 1st finger up a little bit like. You know, I got here's the A minor ready. Okay, so that's our 2 note. Now, we said 1, 6, 2, 5. So let's go to the number 5 chord. We're going to need that in this family. So going from 1 to 6 to 2 to 5. Let's just hang out for a minute and go from the 1 G to the A minor, which is a 2. Here's E, G. G minor. They fit together quite nicely. G, A minor. Okay, now to find the 5 chord. Now the 5 chord is in the chord family is usually going to be it's not usually, it is. It's a dominant 7th is what we have as a basic assignment in the chord family. So that means the dominant 7th right here is dominant 7th consists of the numbers 1, 3, and then we have a 5 and a 6. So we have a 1 being the D note right here. Now the key of D, we're going to have to use that. And that's going to have 2 sharps in it, just 2 this time. A 1 is it going to be a D note right there, natural, just a D. Okay, and then we're going to be using also a 3. Now this is a dominant 7th chord, so it's going to go 1 to 3, no flat 3 here. We're going to go 1, and then from the D, we go to an E, and then an F sharp. So we have the F sharp down here on the 1st string, and we're not going to flat it. Just play that right there. 1st string, 2nd fret. So we have the 4th string open. With that thumb, we can use the thumb, some boom chick. Boom chick. Right there, okay? So that's the D7th. So we have, let's mess around here. Go from the 1 G to the A minor. That's a 6. No, I'm sorry, that's a 2. So 1 G, A minor 2. 1 G, A minor 2. Now let's go to G7th, 5. That's going to draw it back. The 5 chord always draws you back to the 1. So we're going D, 5 chord back to the 1. Oh, that's only 1. You can almost hear it going back here. Find me my home, find me my discovered where the 1 and the 2 is, a G and an A minor, and then we just discovered where we're going to find our number 5, which goes, to find it as a 5, we go G, and loop around to an A, is 2, then B would be C, B would be 3, G, A, B is 3, and C is going to be 4. And then 5 is going to be your D. And the 5 in the chord families becomes a dominant 7. So it's going to be a G dominant 7 right here. Which is a 5 chord, a very important chord when you play the blues. This ain't go through, okay? But let's talk about this 1, 6, 2, 5 combination. We're missing one chord, which is our 6, because we already found the 1, the 2, and the 5, right? Now, this chord progression goes 1, 6, 2, 5. So our 6, we're going to go from the G, which is a 1, 2 is going to be an A minor. We need this 5 chord as a D7. So let's find the 6th chord. G to A is 2, B would be 3. We don't need that. 4 would be C. We don't need that. 5 is going to be the D dominant 7th, and we found that. Now, so 6 is going to be the next one up, which is going to be an E. Now, a 6th chord in the chord family is a minor chord, so it's an E minor, and you're going to love me because this is the easiest guitar, the easiest chord I know in playing guitar. You take your 2nd finger, put it up here on the 5th fret, put it up here on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, right here. And we take our 3rd finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, right here. So we have the E minor, all 6 strings like this. Leave the rest of them all open. See the minor chord, just like the A minor. Has that minor tone. And your major chord, the G, has a brighter tone. Your D7, the dominant 7th, is driving you back to the major chord right here. Here's your D dominant 7th. Definitely not minor. It's kind of 7th tone, going back to the 1. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 6, 2, 5. Start with the G is 1. A, B, C is 4. D7th is 5. We need a 6 next. It's going to be a E minor. So we're going to go from 1, G, to 2, E minor. 1. I'm sorry, the 6. 1 to 6. 1, 6, 2, 5. 1, 6, 2, 5. Remember that because a lot of songs are built off of that. I'll give you a couple of them today. We'll shoot at you, real quick. You can always find your songs in Google. It's not a big deal on that. It's pretty easy to do. I find it easier to just go into Google and kind of look at them and learn them myself, basically, because I can kind of take my own style and incorporate them into chords. So we're going to, anyways, 1 to 6 is going to be 1, 6, 1, 6. Now the next chord we need is a 2, right? And we found that pretty easily going from a G, and the 2 is an A minor. So now, so 1, 6 to 2 is going to be G, E minor, A minor. Okay, so that's 1, E minor 2, E minor 6, A minor 2. Back to the 1, G, E minor 6, A minor is 2. have 1, 6, and 2, and all we need is the 5, and then that'll drive us back to 1. And the 5 is going to be, I need a drink of water. Oh, I have it right here. Hold on now. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sorry, but I'm getting kind of parched here. Here we go right here. Purified with electrolytes. Good for you. Good for you, Alicia. Oh boy, that feels much better. So 1, G, 6, E minor, 2, A minor, 5, D dominant 7th, or just D7th. Back to 1, G, 2, E minor, oops, 1, G, 2, 1, 2, 6, E minor, 2 is A minor, 5 is going to be on D dominant 7th, 1, G, 6, E minor, 2 is going to be A minor, and then 5 is going to be D7th, back to G, 1, 6, E minor, 2 is A minor, 5 is D7. Let's see if we can mess with a couple of songs here. I may miss a couple of words here, but we'll live with that. But Mamas and Papas did a song way back, and you can, who knows what chords they use, but sometimes they did different ones. But let's use these here. Theirs was actually up in a little higher in a key of C or low, however you want to look at it. But here's a G right here. You'll recognize the song as soon as we start, I'll tell you. And you can get the chords right in Google right there too, or Spotify. Also, don't need to be advertising anything here. There's all kinds of stuff. Stars shining bright above you, breeze is blowing, whisper I love you. Breeze is blowing and whisper I love you. Moon is shining. Let's try it again. Here we go. Stars shining bright above you. Breezes seem to whisper I love you. Dreaming on a winter's end. Dream a little dream of me. That's what I'm going. Dream a little dream of me. Stars shine bright above you. Breezes blow and seem to whisper I love you. Dreams shining just as bright as can be. So dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. The last part, I actually just go to a G. I kind of take a little detour, dream a little dream, and it's an A flat. You come right across the first fret. Dream a little dream of me. And the other one's different. Is the second verse. Let's see, boy. Stars shining bright above you. Breezes blowing seem to whisper the thing on the A minor right there. Works better than going to the D7. Breezes blowing seems to whisper I love you. Night is shining. Okay, now get to the G. Night is shining. Same thing as down 162 for Pim D. Then the G. dream a little, A flat, dream a little, back to the dream of me. So we need to 1 6 2 5 to get it going. Do 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 do. Oh, G minor, A minor, D7. G minor, A minor, D7. G minor, A minor, D7. Okay, so we have the 1 6 2 5 there. Springsteen did a song that is kind of a little rocky. We'll tone it down a little bit. Goes G to E minor to A minor to G minor. It's called Hungry Heart. Look at the words down here. A little rocky and a little longer on the intervals here. We're going to start with a G and just kind of go through that first. See there, you got now the E minor, which you know is a 6. A minor 2. D dominant 7th is a 5. G. E minor. Or A minor. D7th. Got a wife and kids in Baltimore, Jack. I went out for a ride and I never came back. Like a river that don't know where to turn. I took a wrong turn, I just kept going. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. River that don't know where it's going. That's a little different words right there. I mean, okay. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. When it comes and you. Okay. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Lay down your cards and you play your part. Right, G. Lay down your cards and you play your part. Everybody's got a hungry heart. Oh, 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 oh. G is 1, E minor 6. G is 1, E minor 6. A minor 2. D7th is 5. 1, 6, 2, 5. And I've kept you long enough, folks. It is just great to see you, man. Every morning I love you. And I hope that you are going to take advantage of every moment you have. Because your time with, even if you got a minute, man, go for it and get everything you can out of that minute. Do everything you can, you know, whether it's enjoyment, accomplishments, whatever you want to do. Hey, life is short. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it while you can. Take care. Have a wonderful Thursday. Oh man, have a wonderful Saturday night. I'm just starting to learn how to play this thing again, man. I was a professional player, professional teacher for 60 years. I had very severe ischemic strokes, more than one, like 3 or something. So it damaged my brain from memory, my cognitive ability to coordinate this guitar, and coordination. I couldn't hold this thing when I first tried in the rehabilitation center, you know, so I'll just keep working at it, therapy and a little bit each day. It takes a long time, and I've been doing this for 3 years now, trying to come back. I can finally walk again. That took quite a while, but now I'm to a point where I can almost walk without a cane, a little wobbly. Yeah, man. Have a wonderful day, okay? Take care. Peace. Peace at all costs, man. Peace and resist. Take care.